So go here. I'm gonna do this video on draft of the Seahawks. 7 rounds. This mock draft's gonna be something, in my opinion, I would do, and also kind of what I think happens, kind of a mixture. This is gonna be a personal mock draft as far as me kind of running the show, but I'm gonna kind of do it educationally as far as what I think is a realistic possibility. I'm not just gonna go out there and draft a quarterback or a running back type of say, so I'm not gonna do that. This offer's not worth it. No, but I will make a trade. I think Buffalo is the perfect trade target because Brian Thomas Jr. is here. I definitely think that's somebody they'll want. Talisi Fuaga is there too. I could see maybe the Bucks trading up for him. Choi Falton was there, so that's an interesting one. Let's just try with the Buffs. If we can get that. I'll throw them 118 fair trade. See what they do. See, they go Brian Thomas, so it's realistic as far as what I think they'll do. I think they need a receiver now. I'm not gonna do that. So now we got Chop Robinson, which I think is a pretty good opportunity, just because of, he's I would say what you call a raw prospect, right? He's not set into stone of what he's gonna be. Like, he's not one of those blue chip guys that coming in day one's gonna be what he is. I think he has the potential to be something incredible, but as far as that, personally, I would rather go Cooper DeJean. I think Cooper DeJean is going to be an underrated pick if we were here to get him at 28. Just in the fact of, I don't think he'll play corner. He has the possibility of playing corner as far as his, ability. He can physically play corner just fine in the NFL. But I think with us drafting him, we would be moving him to safety, which he will translate to safety effortlessly in the NFL. If this was the way the draft board went, I think it would be between these two, Cooper DeJean and Jackson Powers Johnson. I think these are the two that we would be steaming over and trying to think. And personally, I think Oluwatimi, my bad. I think he is good enough to where Cooper DeJean is the more valuable player. Like, Jackson Powers Johnson is an incredible center, right? But Cooper DeJean is going to be such a good safety in the NFL that I think his ability fits the Seahawks better than Jackson Powers Johnson. I think Jackson Powers Johnson will come in and be a dang good center, right? But I think Cooper DeJean from the jump will complete a defense that is kind of not missing something, but he is what we're missing as far as talent-wise, like that good safety, that good young safety. I mean, Julian Love's a good safety, right? He's fine, but he's not Cooper DeJean, where it's like you see him and he could be an all-pro safety for years to come. We have good corner play with Woolen and Witherspoon. Witherspoon being, we all know who Witherspoon's going to be, right? He's going to be that all-pro corner. So, me personally, would be taking Cooper DeJean here with a very likelihood Jackson Powers Johnson being the second guy, right? Like, Chop Robinson is an interesting one, but with Cooper DeJean, like, if Cooper DeJean wasn't here, I would probably go Jackson Powers, then Chop. It would be close, but Cooper DeJean is such a good player, it's hard to pass up on it. Like, if you pass on Cooper DeJean, Jackson Powers Johnson is going to be a 10-year solid center, right? He's not going to be bad, but he's not going to be the best center in the league. He's just going to be a constant. Like, he's just going to be good. Not like anything wrong with that, but he's just going to be what he's going to be, and that's fine. But Cooper DeJean has the possibility of being an all-pro safety. And yes, at 28, that's a pretty dang good pick if you can get an all-pro safety. So Cooper DeJean is who I'm going to pick. Chop Robinson goes next. Jackson Powers is falling. Interesting. There he goes. Okay. I was going to say, maybe try to trade that back up for him, but we'll just stick with our picks that we have and see how it falls. So Bo Nix is falling, which I think is a very good possibility to actually happen because I think he has to go to the right team in order for it to make sense. Because not just a any-day person could take Bo Nix. Because I don't think his talents are for every team. 66, 104, 60. I might do the pick because move back 6, but 75. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Pretty trade. Move back 6 and pick up 75. That's good. Done trading. I don't need more. See, now you can take Ben Sinolt. I think that's a good one. Take Cedric Van Pran if you really want it, but I'm gonna take Junior, and that one's not that. It's not that hard. You sitting here at 66, Junior Colson's gonna be a pick because freaking you're thinking Mike McDonald's not gonna draft his linebacker from Michigan. That's like the easiest pick of the draft. I wholeheartedly believe that if we're in the second, if we trade either back into the second, into like I would say 55 to 64 in the second or early third, I think Junior Colson's getting drafted 100%. It just makes too much sense. Mike McDonald already knows Junior Colson, so it's like it's an easy fix, right? Plug him right into the Seahawks defense, and he knows what he's getting with him. Junior Colson's definitely a pick at 66. Let's go over our picks real quick. Our first 3 or 2. So we got Cooper DeJean, safety, and linebacker Junior Colson. Now, personally, I think the next pick is going to be offensive line unless somehow a defensive player gets there, right? Like if some reason Devondre Sweat falls because of his off the field stuff. Now Jadavian Sanders is falling tight end. He don't think he'll be here, but it's a good maybe a chance he is, right? Just because of his Devondre Sweat is falling. See, his off the field stuff is having an impact. Get into it, but get up here. Zach Zinter, I think, is a very big one. I think we draft him late round. I think we're circling him on our big board. Definitely. Cedric Van Prant's gone, so there's no centers that are or interior offensive line, I should say, that will be making it. Rosengarter's interesting. He's solid. He's rising with his testing. Great size. Great athletic ability. Tight end. Cade's all there. Could use a tight end. Like, I want to be shocked if we drafted one, but I'd love Tip Raymond too. I don't know if any of you watched his game, but him at the Senior Bowl, he had a really good Senior Bowl. Check defense. So I'm thinking about Devondre Sweat. Michael Hall has been rising. I don't think it's very warranted. Like I would still much rather draft Devondre Sweat just because I know what I'm getting with Devondre. He's going to be a freaking monster in between. He's going to eat those double teams, allow your edges and Boye Mafe and Uchenna Nwosu to have more one-on-one options, which is exactly what they need because we saw it last year. Uchenna Nwosu goes down, Boye Mafe starts getting double teamed, and it halts his production. I mean, he was producing like crazy, right? And he had 7 games of a sack straight, right? But it's like once we got Leonard Williams halfway through the season, that's when you could see what a guy like Devondre Sweat can do. Let's see what kind of linebackers to wear my Trotter. No. Safety, we don't really need a safety, but Kalen Bullock would be interesting here. Definitely. Definitely gonna take. I think I'm gonna take Devondre Sweat. Definitely. It's good value here, you know. If his off the field things didn't happen, he'd probably be pushing a 2nd round pick. I mean, he's a freaking monster. 6'5", 320 pounds, and the way he moves shouldn't be able to be possible at the size of a man he is. Now, with the trades we have, we almost have back-to-back picks here in the 4th. So we can get interesting with what we want to do. You can take Spencer Rattler, but I think we're going to go tight end here. I think it's going to be Cade Stover, but let's double check everything else. Booker, no. Alex Hunt, no. Javon Solomon, he's all right. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they drafted him, right? He's a prospect in the slightest place to put in, like not anything special, but I definitely think you go tight end here because we need that third quality tight end. Now, what else can we do? Take guard. Yeah, I'm gonna take him. I don't care if it's early. Zach Zinter. That guy is the best interior offensive lineman in college football before he got hurt. He would probably be a early second round pick, maybe first round pick if he didn't get hurt, right? So now he gets hurt, kind of like Andrew Voorhees from last year. Tears his ACL combine, picked up in a 5th round pick, but he round pick, right? So you get a 5th round pick or a 2nd round talent and a 5th round pick. In this case, we took him in the 4th, a little early, right? But once he gets healthy and plays, he's not going to be lasting at a 4th level very long, right? So you're investing in his health, which will pay off. I genuinely think he will be our starting left guard. Excuse me. Will definitely be our starting left guard. I think maybe he goes right because we just signed Lincoln Tomlinson, so the right tackle or right guard, which I think, if I remember correctly, is what I believe that's what he played in Michigan as right guard. Our next pick's all the way down to 35 or 192, so kind of just gonna go BPA here. These last 2 picks, nothing really to do besides just go BPA. Go another D tackle. This guy's another big body. You can go Joe Milton, Brennan Jackson. You know what? I'm gonna go homebody here. I'm gonna go Jackson, definitely. Homebody Washington State. Being able to watch Washington State, the kid is a difference maker. His motor doesn't stop. There's multiple plays where the play would be over, so to say, and the runner breaks the plane, right? He goes past the linebackers, and Brennan Jackson's still chasing after him and gets the tackle from behind. I mean, the guy has a relentless motor. He's constantly in the play. He don't stop till the whistle's heard. That's the type of guy I want on the Seahawks. I want somebody that will play through the whistle. And it's just a great thing to have when you have somebody that just plays like that, lights out, gives all his heart. I won't be mad at nothing. Oh, tight. I do think we take a running back. It's the one I'm thinking of. There was one that I was still don't think it's him. Frankor. I think it's funny for the name, but also he's a freaking little ball. He's a little ball of muscle, man. Just like his father. Like the kid he's a dang good running back. For Southern Miss, he's don't want him to go anywhere else. He gets drafted by the 49ers, and we're gonna have to listen to Frank Gore again. Like Frank Gore running all over us. Is like, I don't want it. So draft him and you don't have to worry about it. Alright, so got Cooper DeJean, Devondre Sweat, or Cooper DeJean, Junior Colson, Devondre Sweat, Cade Stover, Zach Zinter, Brennan Jackson, and Frank Gore. 7 players. We got starting safety guaranteed. Cooper DeJean will start as safety. Junior Colson, I don't think he'll start. He might finish the year starting. Devondre Sweat will be a deep rotational guy. Don't think he starts over Leonard or blanking his name. Jaron Reed. He won't start over those 2, but he will be a rotational, impactful player. Kate Stover will be your third tight end just because, you're paying Noah Fant, what is it, 2 years, something million? Well, he's going to be your starting tight end. And then Burrow Brown, he's just a great blocker, so he's like a rotational tight end, I'd call him. Zach Zinter, I think, towards the end of the year, because he's not going to be ready first game, right? He's an investment. By the end of the year, he will be starting. Brennan Jackson's just a good rotational guy. High motor. High motor, high motor. Love the high motor guys. Frank Gore, other one. I think he will be your fourth running back. Kind of replaces the he replaces or why am I Dallas's role. He's going to be your fourth down back or fourth back. I think I'm hoping maybe eventually Kenny McIntosh finally gets to prove what he is, what I think he'll be. I think Kenny McIntosh is going to be a damn good third running back. I think we saw what Zach Charbonnet can do last year. Like, I think we saw what he's capable of, and so get more of him, Ken Walker, get a better offensive line. I think this team could be, not to me, but surprising of some people. I think we will be right there with the 49ers, man. I call me bullish, but like I love what this team's doing, honestly. They position themselves this draft where they're going to be drafting out of not out of need, but out of best player available. And it just so happens to be that a lot of the times the best player available is going to be of someone of need. Look at Cooper DeJean. Best player available is definitely Cooper DeJean, and guess what? Somewhat of a need. Safety's not a big need, but dang it, Cooper DeJean will not do nothing but make this team better. Junior Colson might not have been the best player available, but he was not far. And our head coach is very familiar with him. I think that's going to have a big thing to do. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we see a couple from Michigan, a couple from Washington, or like 1-1. Like, we could get Troy Faltanu at the first round, Junior Colson, or you can go. There's multiple. Like Zach Zinter, I think, is a very high possibility. Junior Colson's a very high possibility. Zach's Faltanu's good, a high possibility because I think he's the best interior offensive lineman in this draft. His versatility is incredible. He could play guard, he could play tackle at a very high level. We saw it at Washington. I mean, as a left tackle, he was a lockdown left tackle at Washington. And his size and frame and his abilities, he can move to guard with no problem. And so I think his ability gives you that. The one to watch at 16. So I'll do a mock draft later, maybe another tomorrow or next day, but where I don't trade at all and I just draft from our picks. But at 16, if I'm not trading back at 16, one of the players I want or would draft is Faltanu. That guy fits so well with what we're doing. And our team, our coaches already know what he's capable of, right? We have former Husky offensive lineman coach, former Husky offensive coordinator. It makes sense. He'll plug right in and be as good as he was at Washington. No doubt about it. And then you shore up your left side of the offensive line with Charles Cross, Faltanu, rock with Olu, because I think Olu's fine. He's underrated. And then you can have Lincoln Tomlinson, or if somehow Anthony Bradford beats him out, that's a good thing. And then you got, if Abe Lucas is healthy, if not, you got George Fant. I think our offensive line is going to be a sneaky good one. Not going to be the best, but I think it will be consistent. Like, last year early on, our injuries hurt so bad. Losing both tackles week 1 was impactful. Like, it mattered, man. Especially young, because like young tackles are still trying to find their groove and find all that, right? So it's like you lose them early and they can never get their groove back, So that's my first mock draft. 7 rounds Seahawks mock draft. That's my opinion. So it's gonna be what it is, and that's that. So this was my 7-round mock draft. I'm gonna be doing a couple more here before the draft comes around, and I will be live come draft. I'll live stream the rounds. I'll try to live stream rounds 1, 2, 3, and see if I could do day 3, day 4. Not sure, 5 through 7. I'll have to see. Or 4 through 7. I have to see. But thank you guys for watching. This is Hawks Talk, my new YouTube channel. I'm gonna start making Hawks videos here, Mariners videos. Get into whatever you guys want. What we like.